Aston Martin is searching for a new Formula 1 team principal following the immediate departure of Otmar Szafnauer. The longtime member of Team Silverstone is a high-profile exit for Aston Martin and could mark a significant setback for team chairman Lawrence Stroll and his grand ambitions. Aston Martin has kicked off 2022 by announcing Szafnauer has left the company. His team principal role will be managed within the leadership team until a replacement is appointed. So how's it come to this? What next for both Szafnauer and the team? And what does it mean for the bigger picture of Aston Martin's Formula 1 project? Szafnauer was deputy team boss of Force India when it fell into administration and his assets were bought by Stroll. That led to the team being re-entered as Racing Point with Szafnauer as team principal, and he remained in the role when it subsequently transformed into Aston Martin's works team. Szafnauer has been an incredibly safe pair of hands in guiding the Silverstone team through the extreme financial difficulties of its latter-day Force India incarnation. Even before Vijay Mallya's legal difficulties, Szafnauer would delicately tread the line in keeping the team functioning. He understood the core value of the team was the people within it and showed considerable management skill in keeping that core in place. He was always approachable, friendly and down to earth, and that personal touch engendered loyalty. His engineering background also earned him respect. However, there was always a question of whether Szafnauer and Stroll would work well together. The dynamics changed considerably with the arrival of Stroll, who is providing the money to upgrade the team into a serious contender, is used to success and wants it quickly. The understanding and diplomatic people skills of Szafnauer were perhaps no longer considered appropriate for the fast track to glory envisioned by Stroll once the disappointment of the 2021 season began to play out. There's a culture clash between the styles of the two men, and it's a pretty stark one, and some might actually consider it surprising that they lasted together as long as they did. Szafnauer was often left to fight the causes laid out for him by Stroll, and some of his public utterances seemed forced and out of character as a result. He had to be the front man as the team that was once everybody's favourite underdog became more vocal and more aggressive off track. We saw that with how Stroll reacted to the pink Mercedes saga of 2020 and the Racing Point breakduck controversy, and again in 2021 when Szafnauer never looked particularly comfortable having to voice Aston Martin's futile complaints that it had been unfairly hurt by flaw rule changes. What's more, it became clear the two haven't been fully aligned when Szafnauer denied Aston Martin was looking to recruit a group CEO. Martin Whitmarsh was announced in that very role 5 months later, and those wheels had been in motion when Szafnauer denied it. But this wasn't an attempt to hide the truth, simply a reflection of the fact that he had no idea it was happening. Before we go any further with this video, we wanted to pause quickly to say thank you for watching. And we have a quick favour to ask. If you're enjoying the video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It makes a big difference to us, and we've got big plans for 2022 to bring you lots more videos we think you're going to love. So it's win-win, all you need to do is hit that button. With all that in mind, it doesn't seem a great surprise that Szafnauer hasn't stuck around beyond Aston Martin's miserable 2021 season. Aston Martin scored just 77 points on its way to 7th in the Constructors' Championship, 118 points fewer than it managed in 2020 when it finished 4th as Racing Point and even won a Grand Prix. We don't know for certain if Szafnauer jumped or was pushed, although the instant departure at least suggests he didn't work through a notice period before leaving. Whether he paid the price for the team's slump last year or decided that he'd had enough, the key questions now are where Szafnauer will go next and who will replace him at Aston Martin. The team's statement referenced the likelihood Szafnauer will take on new challenges, and the chances are they will be in Formula 1. He has a huge amount of F1 experience, stretching back to coming in with BAR in 1999, and has a good balance of skill sets that are valuable when it comes to dealing with the technical, management and ownership sides of a Grand Prix team. Late last year, it was rumoured that Szafnauer could leave to head up the rival Alpine team as part of its mooted restructuring. Szafnauer initially strongly denied that speculation, but followed it up with a slightly softened stance and never explicitly ruled out a switch, even when reaffirming his commitment to Aston Martin and pointing out he was under contract for 2022. And now the Aston Martin element is irrelevant, so perhaps there was no smoke without fire. As for the team, its statement references that it's comfortable to take a little time to explore options before announcing a new team structure. That sounds very much like we don't have a replacement lined up and we need to find one. If true, it wouldn't necessarily tell us why Otmar left, but it would mean Aston Martin's in a period of contemplation. And that wouldn't be a huge surprise given no obvious candidates seem to be just waiting around. And it's impossible to guess whether Stroll would prefer an Eric Boullier type with F1 experience, look elsewhere in motorsport, or aim for a completely left field appointment, perhaps from his vast business connections. Whoever comes next, the appointment is a really important one. This project's in a delicate phase, with key people either arriving or on their way, and a weird holding period before there's the new factory. Aston Martin has made a number of key signings, including recruiting from Red Bull and Mercedes. Stroll has also hired ex-McLaren CEO Whitmarsh to head up the new Aston Martin Performance Technologies umbrella group, which the F1 team will fall under. That made Whitmarsh the most senior person in the organisation, below Stroll and above Szafnauer as a result. It immediately prompted speculation it could interfere with Szafnauer's responsibilities, although there was never a suggestion from Aston Martin that Whitmarsh would take direct leadership of the F1 team. Our technical expert Gary Anderson, who was part of the original Team Silverstone setup when it was founded as Jordan, reckons Szafnauer's position has been in question since Whitmarsh's arrival. He has also made a worrying comparison to his experience of the small independent Stewart team being bought by Ford and transformed into Jaguar's works team. Gary says that became all about satisfying people who have no idea what F1's all about, and that's a very different challenge to designing a good car. His worry for the team is that Stroll will want results immediately, but becoming a title-winning operation will not happen overnight. That makes appointing Szafnauer's successor a vitally important task. Replacing that loss of experience and a broad skill set is not easy, and not only must Aston Martin's team boss be able to run a rapidly expanding F1 team well, they also have to manage upwards. Over the next 18 months, Aston Martin will continue to be shaped into an organisation designed to win world championships. That will be done in Stroll's image, but will also be defined and executed by the team boss. So Aston Martin can't afford someone who doesn't get it. It must be someone with a longer term vision to match the company's, and they need to be around for the long term to see it through. Then it depends on whether what Stroll is doing to achieve his ambitions for the team is correct or flawed. So much has been done right in the Aston Martin project, and the team has the potential to achieve its lofty ambitions of emerging as a championship contending force. But in choosing a successor to Szafnauer, it faces a key test, both in terms of the identity of the team boss and the way the role is structured.